So there's a big misconception with the term carrying in a game like Overwatch.
Wait, is this the soldier guy? It is. This guy's TikToks are so quiet, I can never hear them. Okay, everybody, no words.
Big misconception with the term carrying in a game like Overwatch. A lot of usually lower ranked players will say cannot carry in a game like Overwatch because it's so team oriented and one player could not possibly fill all the roles of his other teammates. Which is true, that makes sense. Someone on DPS cannot do the job of a tank and a support while also being a DPS. Someone on tank could not fulfill the roles of DPS and support on tank, you know, stuff like that. That's 100% true. But consider like the situation of a diamond ranked player playing on someone else's account who is a silver or gold ranked player, you know? So if the diamond player is in a silver or gold lobby, that diamond player is probably going to win pretty much every game in silver and gold because they are so much better than everyone else in the lobby. Is the diamond player doing all three roles at once? No, of course not. You know, we said that's not possible and it isn't. However, the diamond player is so much better at their individual role that they can sway the tide of the game so much in their favor and win pretty much every single game.
This is why the concept of unranked GM is stupid. I know people do it educationally, but most of the time, unless they're learning a new hero that they don't ever play, let's say you're a really good tank player and you go through and you play, let's say you play like Zarya, right? You're a really good Zarya player, and then you go and do an unranked GM Zarya. It doesn't prove shit because like you were already an insanely good Zarya. Yeah, people do it educationally, but you can do educational content in a normal high rank game. It's gonna be much harder though. Obviously it's not gonna be as good content, but like at the end of the day, real talk, you can't even blame them because people love to watch people get shit stomped. It's why Call of Duty does so well. And there was that era where like Warzone was like the biggest game in gaming for a long time because people like to watch their favorite streamer or pro player or content creator go into a game and drop a 20 bomb. Boger did it. Boger did it on Mercy, a character he doesn't play. Boger did it on Lifeweaver, the worst character in the history of Overwatch's launch. And it took them months. It literally couldn't do it. I'm talking to people who go do the unranked GM in a single day or 2 days. Granted, there are also times that people that I know had done it as well. I just personally don't believe in it. I respect the hustle. I respect the grind. Do what you're gonna do. It gets the views, people watch it. You can't say much else to it. I just personally think it's just kind of dog shit. And it's like a little bit of like, oh, like it's educational. No, it's not. Like you can make educational content in other ways. Boger did it on Winston. True, Boger did do it on Winston. But didn't he also not have a HUD and no comms on the lowest graphical settings? And all, no alt charge, like you couldn't see his alt charge, so it was like a challenge. Granted, again, I still don't think it was a good, like I still don't like totally agree with it, but that wasn't an unranked GM educational. That was an unranked GM challenge. No audio, yeah, no audio, lowest graphical settings, no text chat, no HUD, like all this, like it was a bunch of shit. Like you couldn't see what his cooldowns were, what his ult charge was, nothing like that. That was more of a challenge than unranked GM educational. That's kind of what I mean. But yeah, like point being, of course they're gonna dominate in those ranks.
Not necessarily like the diamond player is 1v5ing every time, because that's also not possible either. The diamond player also isn't just magically doing 2 times the amount of damage or 2 times the amount of healing or 2 times the amount of mitigation that the other roles would be able to do, but they are still able to sway the game in their favor just because their individual skill is much higher than everyone else in the lobby. That's usually what higher ranked players mean when they say you can still carry in a game like Overwatch despite how team oriented it is.
Good content, it's just so quiet half the time I really can't hear it. But yeah, I agree with this. Good sentiment.
I bet I can put a smile on their face of yours.
You'd lose that bet.
Even if I whip up some bloodshed just for you.
Damn it.
Whoa!
Wait, I hope to God the Reaper one's in here. The Reaper May one.
Cool. Thank you. His name is Snowball. Say hi, Snowball.
Hey, little guy. Aw, I wish my holo replicator had a face.
You should try sticking some googly eyes on it.
You remind me of the rovers back home. They also change their forms depending on the task.
Rovers. Human ignorance is truly boundless. Little Miss Sunshine's back to brighten everyone's day.
Call me that again, and you're a dead man walking.
Someone already beat you to that threat.
How do you call it Laurie a Little Miss Sunshine? She's like sad and depressed 90% of the time. What the?
You become so miserable.
This is the best voice line interaction in the game. I need you locked the in. This is the greatest interaction in Overwatch history.
Beat you to that threat.
How did you become so miserable?
What do you think? Overwatch.
But I love being... It's good to make a difference.
All that difference comes back to bite you. You'll see.
How do you work?
It kind of cuts off a little bit, but this is
It's
peak.
good to make a difference. But how did you become so miserable?
What do you think? Overwatch.
But
True.
I love being...
I heard that in game and I lost it.
How do you work with that doctor after everything she did to you? Don't you want revenge?
Her time will come.
That was top tier. That was top
I
tier.
can put a smile on it.
I was gonna say really quick, if you enjoy this series and you want to see more of it, make sure you submit TikToks to my Discord. This series is completely supplied by you guys, so if you see cool stuff, stupid stuff, funny stuff, dumb stuff, just stuff you think I would want to see, throw it in there. As long as it's not gonna get me banned /DMCA, mods will take a look at it, throw it in a channel for me to look at, and so yeah, if you want more of it, you know how to get it. All right, let's go.
No way. Alright, thank God this shit canceled. I was not trying to play this bum ass map.
Bum ass map?
Hey, yup.
What the fuck? So is this like a new generation thing? Do some of y'all actually hate King's Row as a map?
Wait a minute. Yes, it is. It actually is. It is unironically. I'm gonna let him finish, but I know the reason.
I swear, it's one of the best maps. Like, yeah, I might not be able to play Ryan on this map that much anymore because of counter swapping, but I still love taking fights on this map because of how flat it is. And I'm not looking up 24/7 like I'm looking up at Shaq's big bald head like some other.
Wait, did I just catch a random stray in there? Wait, what the?
But I still love taking fights on this map because of how flat it is. And I'm not looking up
Oh, how flat it is. Oh, thank God.
24/7 like I'm looking up at Shaq's big bald head like some other maps.
Listen, man, sometimes you get jump scared in these. I just had to be sure.
Dorado. And if it's not King's Row, what is your favorite map? And if it's Dorado, I hope your Spotify subscription runs out.
So, also based on the Dorado hate, something has changed. And this might be a little bit controversial, but I agree. I actually don't think King's Row is the best map anymore. It was in Overwatch 1, by far, not even close. Best map in the game, only followed by Eichenwald. Overwatch 2 doesn't hit the same. If anything, I think part of it is like the whole one tank thing on King's Row, on King's Row. Like, there's points where you just kind of become like just this endless barrage of damage, or you can't do anything. AKA third point. Like third point, you're just like looking at the Widow halfway across the map. And it's really sad. It's actually really sad because you can't really run dive on King's Row, so it's much more of a linear map. But like the Ryan Zarya stuff doesn't really work anymore. So now it's much more like Orisa, Mauga, Queen. Obviously meta dependent, right? Meta dependent. But yeah, like it just doesn't hit the same, man. It just doesn't hit the same anymore. I don't know. I understand it, and I've also seen like a lot of people that just like don't like it. Like they just don't think it's very good. Most of those people are Overwatch 2 players, by the way. If you ever find out a person doesn't like Overwatch or doesn't like King's Row, ask them if they started playing in Overwatch 1 or when they started really playing. If it's Overwatch, if they say they played Overwatch 1, ask them how much Overwatch 1 they played. If it's not much and they played a lot of Overwatch 2, you'll probably figure out the same thing. Why do we hate Dorado? Because that map's dog shit.
This is hard Overwatch pills to swallow. Part 10. Tank
Oh no.
is designed to be played out of voice chat. 11 seasons of power creep have burned into the player base's minds that everything is about the tank. When you're in the spawn room, you're counterpicking them. And when you're not, you're throwing every cooldown at them. And when you try to peel or enable your teammates on tank, odds are they'll stay in and feed or not engage with you, and they'll blame you as well. The only positive reinforcement tank gives you is playing selfishly and not communicating with this game's players. It's not worth it. What do you think?
I can't believe you would hop on TikTok and say something so fucking incredibly brave. and true. I actually get it. I totally get it. I agree. I actually kind of agree. It's ass. Dude, nobody wants to deal with that shit, dude. It's so stupid. Way to explain. If you run around the map playing tank nowadays just as like a fat DPS and you don't do anything else, you actually pop off. You actually win so many games. You know why? Because you force your DPS and support to touch point, which is honestly their job nowadays. Tank's job is not to touch point. It's to hold space and to play aggressive and to go for kills. But guess what? Most players don't. So it's like half the time I'm still so programmed to fight for cart, fight for whatever. I can't do it. But anytime I watch any really good tank players nowadays, that's exactly what they do. You ever watch like at night when me and like at the end of drop streams, right? Like Craggy will hop on, right? And then he'll start playing with us and he plays some tank. He does not ever come near us. Like he's always off in Narnia on his own, just killing shit, just racking them up on his own. Does not play it the same way. It's why like a lot of DPS players, like if they play tank, they actually pop off and do crazy things. But like if they have to play any tank mind games, they get rolled because they just run around like Diva, like Tracer. They just play fat Tracer. And so what the point they're trying to make of just like not interacting with their team is that a lot of players just believe that this is what the tank role is supposed to do. And I agree that that's what the tank role is supposed to do, but that's not how you actually win. And so it's stupid. It's really ass. And also you get screamed at all the time. You always get blamed for shit. Like, dude, me and Emong were playing the other day, and like every time we got into a game, we were just like joking. It's like, okay, do you think we're gonna get flamed this game? If one of us is on tank, it's like, yeah, yeah, you're probably getting flamed this game. And it's like, oh, let's go check the vibes. Like, you think we're gonna get flamed this game? And then it's like, you join in, you go, oh yeah, we're getting flamed this game. Or you get in and go, oh, nobody's in voice. Yeah, we're getting typed at halfway through the game. You know what I mean? Yeah, I get it. I get it.
The hieroglyphic souvenir has Reaper's soul orb on it, aka his old ability from Overwatch 1. Juno has shield generator.
Chat pointed that out to me. It was cool.
Shield generator down. I see their shield generator.
Why do they keep making these?
Generator has been created.
She also has PvE voice line files.
I do not believe we can damage the Titan. Slicers endanger the objective. Get up, Auntie.
On Throne of Anubis, you can find the Horde symbol from World of Warcraft in the hieroglyphics. Mercy's Mythic has an unused ult voice line.
Vengeance never dies.
The Weapon of Soldier's high skin has a bomb icon that shows when Helix rockets are on cooldown. Anubis Reaper has a unique voice line.
Immortality is mine.
In the Battle Pass, everyone uses their hero gallery icon, besides Malma, who has a unique one. These weighing scales on Throne of Anubis change if you knock the fruit off them. Juno has some Lucio Ball voice line files.
Touchdown! Lucio's football lessons were very helpful.
And also karaoke voice lines.
How am I supposed to sing if I do not know the words? Did I do that right?
That was really good. It's 50-50, either pre-recorded pre-cancellation or maybe something cooking in the future. No, there's legitimately a 0% chance they're cooking something in the future. Like, the reason why I go ooh is because it is all pre-cancellation. So it's like, this is probably some people don't remember or don't understand how large scale the PvE thing was supposed to be. And like, you're gonna be probably seeing more PvE stuff for like the next like 3 years. Like we're gonna be remembering that for years to come. Literally years to come, unfortunately. That's just the way it is.